top. That's Cotchery and Avant, and Stewart in the back. Time throws towards the end zone. Touchdown! Jason Avant. Cam Newton throws. Got it! That's Jericho Cotchery. And it's a 21-7 Carolina lead.
Blitz coming. Gets it away. Caught by Olsen. Down the sideline. He goes into the end zone. Greg Olsen. Touchdown, Panthers.
Newton getting time, going down. Wide open is Benjamin for the touchdown. What a rocket. What a rocket Cam Newton threw.
First and goal. Newton to the end zone, and that is a touchdown for Greg Olsen. One-on-one. And they go to their money man, Olsen, for the touchdown. Cam Newton throws. Calvin Benjamin, touchdown, Carolina. He held on after a tough hit. Cam Newton keeps big hole. Cam Newton, and yes, the touchdown Panthers.
That's Cam Newton's first rushing touchdown of the season.
Cam Newton floats the other way. Greg Olsen is alone. Greg Olsen has... Cam Newton keeps it, but Cam Newton is inside the 30. He's got a first down for the Panthers.
2nd and 11. Newton being rushed, throws for the end zone. Kelvin Benjamin with a beautiful grab.
Now for Carolina. Deep drop. Newton pulls the trigger on a deep ball. It's caught! Oh, what a grab by Benjamin!
First and 10, they bring pressure. Newton's got time, taking the shot downfield, and it's brought in by Olsen, the tight end. Working on Casey Matthews all the way to the 15-yard line. Multi-million-dollar defensive ends who are left unblocked in these read option looks. Caught and taken by Benjamin for the touchdown. Kelvin Benjamin. His 6th touchdown of his rookie season, a 21-yard score.
They believe in the details, and it shows.
3rd and 19. Newton, another deep ball shot. And this one is caught. 2nd touchdown in as many drives for Kelvin Benjamin. And it tightens up to 45-20.
2nd down and 6. Newton with time to the end zone, and the catch is made by Benjamin for a Carolina touchdown. In the backfield. Low snap, and Newton dives over the top. He reaches across for a Carolina touchdown. On 3rd and 1, off the fake to Stewart. Wide open in the end zone. It's Olsen for the Panthers touchdown.
They thought that Cam, watching Derek Anderson and the way he ran the offense, was very beneficial.
On 3rd down, Newton looking to throw. Plenty of time, near side, caught by Benjamin. He's the deep man in the I formation. Dixon in motion, off the play fake, Newton looking around, and he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers.
His most reliable target today has been Cotchery. He's in the slot.
Slot to the right. Newton thinking about scrambling, trying to avoid, throws on the right. Pass is complete to Stewart, and the Panthers retake the lead.
1 and 9 outside of it. 2nd and 11, and Newton with pressure.
does not go down, and now scrambles with it, and he picks up the first. 2nd and 4 from the 5. Man is open, it's caught, and Dixon has the touchdown.
Well, once again, the formation is what really hurt the Atlanta defense.
Newton straight ahead, driving the pile, still looking for it. Touchdown, Carolina.
Well, you try to get bigger and more physical up front for plays like this. And this offensive line, it was another power play. So Arizona's got the right to respond. They did. And D'Angelo Williams fake Newton to the right. Another first down to the 30.
You just don't know which formation they're going to run the zone read from, but they're going to run it.
On the run is difficult. First down, there's time, and a throw in a tight window brought in by the tight end Olsen. Greg Olsen first down, spies again. That time he just got caught in that last third down. 3rd and 12, pressure comes from Newton's blind side. He escapes, he takes off, puts his shoulder down and gets a first down at the 42-yard line. Fozzie Whitaker's the back. He's got the screen from Newton. Good cut by Whitaker. Whitaker on his feet with Bell the tackle blocking. Fozzie Whitaker, touchdown!
How about Fozzie Whitaker?
Newton, Tolbert, touchdown.
That's a great call on 1st and goal by Mike Shula. Sellout, run-stopping front by Carolina.
If you look back at the entirety of the season, no team gave up more yards after the initial hit than Arizona. 10 on the line. Newton over the middle, wide open. The tight end, Ed Dixon. Dixon takes it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line, and the tight ends are giving the Cardinals problems again.
Hangs in, fires. Olsen's got a first down. First catch of the day for Greg Olsen, who went over 1,000 yards. Carolina still fighting 2nd and 1. Going to heave towards Benjamin in the end zone, and he's got it. Great catch as he in. Touchdown.
Big red zone threat is Greg Olsen. He's sitting right there in the slot. See if they try to get him the ball here.
Cam Newton to throw, fires in the end zone. Touchdown, Jericho Cotchery. The Panthers get 6.
Well, I had my eyes on Greg Olsen, and
So
I
did
think
the
Jacksonville Jaguars.
49-yard drive, and you see how that compares with their first 4 drives. Newton going for it all. End zone wide open. Touchdown. Ted Ginn Jr. Stewart in the backfield. Newton on the quarterback draw, diving into the end zone for the touchdown. Welcome back, 9:02 to play in the 4th quarter. Cam Newton, play fake, with time, going for it all, to the end zone. Touchdown! Philly Brown.
Olsen's 2nd touchdown called back because of penalty this season. Cam Newton on 2nd down. End zone, there it is. Greg Olsen, Panther touchdown, and no flags. Cam Newton for Ted Ginn. He's got him. Ted Ginn brought down inside the 25 of New Orleans. Brandon Browner running with him. Cam Newton, Olsen, touchdown, Carolina. Cam Newton has it, and he's going to keep it. No flip, touchdown Panthers. Cam Newton, end zone, catch made, touchdown, Ted Ginn. Now he's waving it off. On 3rd and 4. Time underneath, completes, and Ted Ginn is in for the touchdown. Gliding across, second touchdown pass for Cam Newton today.
Well, this is just like stealing here for this Carolina offense.
Right side with 2 tight ends in, Ed Dixon as well. Newton still got it. Newton to the goal line, touchdown. Cam Newton with his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. Play clock winding down, they get to play off. Newton steps up, throws for the end zone. Olsen, touchdown! How about that? Another 80-yard touchdown drive. 4 of them in the game for Carolina.
Tolbert is the back. Newton will keep it, and Cam reaches across for the touchdown.
Needs to get to the 30 to keep the drive going. 4 rush. Cam shot downfield. Ginn breaks free. And Ted Ginn caught it at the 40-yard line.
Unbelievable that Greg Kohler would bite in that situation.
Dixon goes from wide out to be in that back spot up top for Olsen. Brought it down. Touchdown, Carolina.
You start thinking it's a zone read, and they run a play-action pass, and they burn you.
Olsen rolling through that, coming in to this one. Newton looking corner end zone. Brown, touchdown, Carolina.
Cam Newton.
Only one in the NFC, Carolina. 3rd and 16. Listen to the Packer fans making the noise. Newton is going to throw, and wide open Kachuri. Absolutely left alone. And brought down at the 15. 59 yards to Jericho Kachuri. First down and goal. Newton's going to take it and score the touchdown over the top. Last Sunday night, Newton keeps it and just heaves it down the middle for Funchess, and the rookie's got it. What a catch with Randall all over him. 52 yards from Cam Newton. You know they like him. He's been forced into the fire a little early. 3rd down and 7, blitz. Panthers pick it up. End zone, flag, touchdown Carolina, Corey Brown.
Third down and goal. Gonna reach over, and it is a touchdown. So add another to that list for Cam Newton.
That's the problem for them. When he doesn't throw picks, they play well.
Fake it to Stewart, throw it to Stewart, touchdown Stewart. It is play action. And it is Tolbert this time. Touchdown, Carolina. Rose, penalty flagged in the end zone. He is caught by Ted Ginn Jr. No, it is not. Incomplete. And it's going to be holding against the Redskins in the secondary. 3rd and goal. Newton to Olsen. Touchdown, Carolina.
Funchess with a touchdown, the second of his career. And here we are, barely a minute into the third quarter, and Cam Newton has thrown 5 touchdown passes.
As he can.
14th play of this drive, and a 1st and goal. And it's Cam Newton tumbling in for another touchdown. The first offensive touchdown of this game.
Cam is going to walk for the first down and keep on going. Able to hang on to the ball. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 13. End zone, wide open, touchdown Ginn. And the potential touchdown run doesn't matter. It turns into a touchdown pass. The division now 2nd down and goal with the ball back at the 13. Pass caught by Funchess. Touchdown. And what a throw by Cam Newton. They're one-on-one down here. Newton's looking that way, and now fires for Ginn downfield. Touchdown, Ted Ginn. And just like that, Carolina back on top. His great year continues. 2nd and 9. Newton, end zone. Touchdown, Kachuri. And the Panthers go back on top.
Or 3, so we'll call it a 2nd and 7. A lot of time airing it out, looking for Ginn. He's got it. There's a flag, but he's going to go. Touchdown, and let's wait on the penalty. 74 yards if it stands. Delayed blitz, protected. Airs it deep. There's Ginn. He's got it. Touchdown. So they check on Olsen. And a 2nd and goal with 22 seconds to go. Newton zips it in, and we've got a touchdown. Ed Dixon, the backup tight end.
They've been utilizing him here in this game. The rookie Cameron Artis-Payne is going to be faked to as Newton keeps it. Cam Newton in the big body rolls inside the 20. And out of bounds inside the 5, and a flag comes down as an official goes down as well. Pass is caught back in the end zone. Ginn for the touchdown. Quarterback sneak here. He's going to flip it. Wide open Olsen. Olsen to the end zone for the touchdown. Former Jet. Steeler as well. Pass caught by Funchess. And the rookie is in for the touchdown. Has turned him into one, and he just continues to have trust in him. Here's one for Brown. Touchdown. Corey Brown in the 4th of the day for Cam Newton.
Play clock at 1. Snap it. Newton gonna run it. Look at end zone. Touchdown.
And here comes Cam Newton going into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. That's when you talk about 11 men on offense you have to cover. And Cam Newton with a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Panthers take the lead. And threatening, they have a first down on the 31 of the Bucks. And going deep into the end zone, Jericho Kachuri, touchdown!
31 yards. Darrell Williams goes in as an extra offensive lineman. Quarterback sneak by Cam Newton. Touchdown, Panthers. Cam Newton with a second touchdown rushing in this game. And taking advantage of the muff. Going in for the touchdown. Bobby Rainey had his problems, and Carolina with a huge lead.
Cameron Artis-Payne, the Kelvin Benjamins, the Quan Shorts at defensive tackle. But who are the players who've stepped up? Jericho Cotchery, Michael Orr, the people that...
How about Devin Funchess, who scores the touchdown here? Add him to your list. $16-yard strike. And for Cam Newton, 2 touchdown passes and 2 running touchdowns.
And another lucky fan gets a silver here.
Newton, sideline wide open, Olsen. And the big tight end is going to take it down to the 30 of Seattle. On second down, Newton throws wide open, and there for the catch is Corey Brown. 5 on third down, 3rd and 14. End zone, Olsen, leaping catch for the touchdown. Extra men on the rush. Newton steps into it. He's got Brown wide open. And Corey Brown is gone. 20, 10, touchdown Carolina. Here comes Cam. He got it. Touchdown. Sean Weatherspoon came out of there celebrating for Arizona, but the touchdown call came early. They continue to run him. He is in for the touchdown. Newton steps through it. He will slide forward for a first down. They drive the ball down the field, and it has continued tonight. Newton keeps it. End zone passes. Caught for the touchdown. Funchess. See if they try to run it right down their throat. Newton keeps it. Tolbert out of the backfield for 2.
Here's a 1st and 15. Time for Newton this time. Rolling out. And he's got another good game. Picked up by Von Miller and driven to the ground. Fozzie Whitaker comes back in and moves over to Cam's right side. Cam carries it out. The fake and the keep, and the ball is on the ground, and it's picked up by Von Miller, but they rule him down. Looking for the deep ball. Way down the field, and it is pulled down. They had 2 Denver defenders back there, and Brown leaps into the air.
On the Panthers' opening drive. And over the middle, and that is caught in the end zone by Benjamin. So what a return for Kelvin Benjamin. This will tie the longest drive in terms of plays in Panther history. Play number 18. And it's Newton to the end zone, and Cam Newton has a touchdown.
That's a record setter.
Reached for it, got the pile out. He said there's no dad this year.
Did attempt one earlier. Actually 2 that misfired. With time, guess who? Greg Olsen. And there he goes. It's a touchdown, Carolina.
2.
Cam Newton has it, fires low towards the end zone. It's a touchdown. Sliding in is Benjamin. Trey Turner back in on the offensive line. Ray Armstrong out on the 49er defense. And Newton's a throw. And airing it out for Ginn. And he drops it in. It's a catch.
Here we go, Chris.
Ruled inbounds.
Here we go.
2nd and 9. Pass for Benjamin. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. On 3rd down for the end zone. Devin Funchess hangs on. It's a touchdown for Carolina. 2nd and goal. Payne the back. Cam Newton has it, and Cam Newton is in the end zone. Touchdown.
Not totally great protection on Cam Newton so far, and on a 1st down, looking to run and will. 1st down. No sliding for Cam Newton. Newton's pass, and Kelvin Benjamin makes the touchdown grab up the middle. And that is the first offensive touchdown of the day for the Panthers. 6-yard throw. And it's going to be a keeper, and the 2-point conversion. Did he get over? Yes, he did. And
all receivers out. Newton close for the end zone. Touchdown to Devin Funchess.
Saints fans don't agree with it here, obviously.
1st and goal at the 1. Newton gonna throw it. Off balance, toss for a touchdown to Ed Dixon. How about that throw? The 3rd tight end. Cam Newton play fake. He's got the football. He's heading for the corner. He took a hit from Cameron Jordan. And it is a touchdown.
just across the 30-yard line. Newton will run it. Cam Newton down the sideline. A design play for Newton. And he circled around. Frank Zombo couldn't catch him. Carolina with a 3-0 lead. Stewart in the backfield. Newton looking to run it. Newton keeps the legs moving. Newton lunging to the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Cam Newton, all 6'5" of him. 2 minutes to play, first half. Newton on a 1st and 10, has the time. Newton delivers, end zone, touchdown, Devin Funchess. Cam Newton with a strike on a long ball, 38 yards.
6 to the half. Newton stepping up in the pocket, under pressure, throwing, and incomplete. Ted Ginn had it.
At the 3, 1st and goal. Stewart back in after sitting out that last snap. Set it up with the long run. Cam's going to keep it. Cam has an opening, has the edge, and has the end zone. There he goes deep down the field, and a beautiful throw. No one's going to catch Ginn. He's going all the way for the touchdown. 88 yards. Cam Newton put it right on the money. And the Panthers with their 2nd touchdown of the quarter. It's more like 3rd and 2. Cam. He's going to go for the deep ball again. Benjamin jumps and holds on to it. What a grab. Touchdown, Carolina. His first catch of the game, and it's a big one. 44 yards and the touchdown.
Week in the Tampa Bay game. Now it's 3rd and 17. 3-man rush. Newton going all the way deep downfield, and it is caught for the touchdown by Ted Ginn. So they go deep downfield. Thomas out of the game, and right off the bat, they go after the guy that replaces him. At the 10, Cam Newton steps away from pressure. Now turns. On the move, buying time, and now he's running, heading for the corner, and out of bounds around the 5-yard line. The 6-yard line. Benjamin and Funches to the right to throw to Funches. He's got it for a touchdown.
Still haven't finished with back-to-back winning records in the 22-year history of the franchise. Newton deep to the end zone, wide open. Touchdown, Ted Ginn. Mike Tolbert, the fullback, in front of Jonathan Stewart. This time a pass. Tolbert's open in the flat. Extends the ball. Touchdown, Panthers.
The X Games, one rusher in front of the other.
Well, they get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Looking for the home run ball. It is a touchdown for Benjamin.
They're down and 8. Wide open. And making the catch. And cutting back to the inside and getting into the end zone. The first time he touches the ball as a Panther is Russell Shepard. How about that?
Looking at those linebackers, too, for the Bills. 3rd down and 7. Oh, they got him. And he escapes. On the move is Newton. And still on his feet, staggering ahead. He broke a tackle of Lorenzo Alexander in the backfield.
From the 27-yard line on 1st down. Newton steps up, fires downfield. It's McCaffrey. McCaffrey was not touched. He's still going. Inside the 10, down to the 6.
They set up a screen to the near side to Whitaker. Fozzie Whitaker with room. Touchdown, Carolina. Good looking play from the Panthers. A little misdirection and a screen, and it couldn't have worked out better.
Boost this would be for this offense and this Carolina team, but they got bigger ideas than 3 points right now.
2nd and 6. Newton, end zone, alone again. Touchdown, Funches. And there are breakdowns in this Patriots secondary. First one to Benjamin for 43 yards, and now a 10-yard touchdown. Newton keeps. Pass caught for the touchdown. Devin Funches. His 2nd of the day. Newton keeps. Lowers his shoulder and takes it in for the touchdown.
Second down and 14. Newton fires over the middle. It's Dixon again. Dixon breaks free. Still on his feet. And he is finally brought down inside the 5. Play clock is at 2. Off the fake to Stewart. Newton to a wide open Dixon. And Ed Dixon is inside the 20 and finally brought down. 140 today. Got a long way to go. On 2nd and goal, the shovel pass, McCaffrey, touchdown. Third down and 7. Newton, loads of time. Now he throws to the back of the end zone. Touchdown. Devin Funches back home. From the 31 on 1st down. Newton fires downfield to the end zone. Touchdown. Kelvin Benjamin. 31 yards, 3rd touchdown pass of the day for Cam Newton.
8th consecutive pass.
Continuing his streak for the last 2 weeks.
Keeps the football. Takes off to the end zone for the touchdown.
fastball right here.
He's going to throw it to McCaffrey for the touchdown.
How easy was that?
Ooh.
Last week, 71 of those came from Cam Newton. Newton deep drop, steps up, he's got room. Cam Newton on the move. And an awkward cut by Newton.
In the pocket for Benjamin in the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Kelvin Benjamin from Cam Newton.
On 2nd and 4, here's Newton, keeps it. Open field. Who's going to bring him down? Kind of runs into a tackle. Got a great block along the way from Russell Shepard. And Newton is good for 34 yards. Newton hangs in, now flushed out to his right. Can he get there? Ball's out. Recovered. Touchdown. Before that ball was out, the call was touchdown.
For the half between a touchdown and a field goal try for Carolina. Four-man rush, flag down, throw to the end zone, caught by Dixon for a touchdown if it stands. But there was a flag thrown along the line of scrimmage, and the official who threw it is pointing at the Dolphins. 7 out of 10 are the Panthers on 3rd down. Quick hitter, Devin Funchess. Touchdown, Carolina.
And Cam Newton did that all himself. He saw the double-A gap blitz. You heard him get up there and audible to that quick screen. And Newton has done it with his legs, his arm, and now he does it with his recognition. That's outstanding work.
Provide support for other families impacted by congenital heart disease. Cam Newton may go. He's ahead of the field, and they run him down inside the 20-yard line. Poor Dre Tankersley saved the touchdown.
Unbelievable.
Rolling right, running out of space. Is he in bounds? Yes. Touchdown, Christian McCaffrey and Carolina.
For me, I'm not going to get involved 8 weeks, 9 weeks into it. Look out. How about that throw? I'll take Carolina.
Devin Funchess the catch for the touchdown.
This is the MVP of football in 2015.
McCaffrey at the top of your screen. And McCaffrey in motion. And they're rolling, and Newton will run it himself. And he somersaults into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Newton giving himself up. And now he'll make sure somebody gets that football.
3rd down and 4. Newton, McCaffrey left alone. Christian McCaffrey for the touchdown. Just sneaks out as time was running out for Cam Newton, and a 21-yard catch and run for a big touchdown for Carolina. 2nd down. Newton hangs in, throws. Funchess. What a catch! Touchdown! Crawley in coverage, and once Funchess went up to grab it, Crawley was gone.
Newton's got time. Now he's breaking down on him. Backpedals to get away from it. Off his back foot. He finds the man wide open. Funchess for the touchdown. Second and 5. Newton. Wide open. Newton. Inside the 40, inside the 20, and then has it inside of the 6 as Waynes tried to strip it away.
Right alongside Cam Newton.
15th play of the drive. Newton finds it. McCaffrey, touchdown. What a drive for the rookie. Newton lets it fly. Olsen, a walk-in touchdown. Newton keeps, was looking for Olsen. That wasn't there. Now throws to the back. It is juggled and incomplete. Damiere Byrd. On first down. Newton keeps. Byrd, touchdown. His second.
First and goal from the 2. Newton lost the football and then takes it in for a Panthers touchdown.
Wow, can't believe that happened. Birthday candle for his son. Today is Cam Newton's son's birthday.
3 tight ends in the game for Carolina. Cam keeps, pass, caught, bunches, touchdown. And after running 16 plays total over their first 4 drives, they have a 16-play drive for a touchdown here before the half. No first downs this half for Carolina. This one downfield, Funchess, what a catch! And Devin Funchess down at the 28. Play action. They air it out for Olsen down the field. And Olsen's got a first down for Carolina. Newton, Olsen, touchdown! The Panthers finally break through.
Significant injury.
On second down, pass is caught. That is McCaffrey. And in the foot race, McCaffrey to the end zone. A dome silencer from Cam Newton to Christian McCaffrey. And it's a game again, 56 yards for the touchdown. Newton in the pocket, throws, pass is caught by Funchess in midfield. Newton, pass is to Clay. Was he inbounds? He was. Catch is made at the 26. So on first down, Newton says, I'll just do it again. Breaking tackles. And another. Making a statement. And a tight end. Cam keeps, Cam scores.
Now you've seen this throughout.
Cam likes to keep it. Zips it in there, and that's a touchdown. Torrey Smith hangs on to this one. That ball again complete. This time to the rookie. DJ Moore has some room. DJ Moore, touchdown Panthers. 51-yard score for the Rook.
You know, Dan, I was just about to say.
Third and goal at the 3. Newton. And in for the touchdown. Number 56. The most ever by a quarterback. 2-yard touchdown run, Cam Newton. And Cam across the way. He's got Funchess on a slide. Brought down by Kirkpatrick. Second down and goal. Touchdown, Funchess. 4-yard touchdown pass. And Carolina takes the lead. Second down and goal at the 5. Newton, a second rushing touchdown, bulldozing his way from 5. And the Panthers extend their lead over the Cincinnati Bengals.
The Panthers so far in this first half. Newton fires, end zone, touchdown, Funchess. Three-yard connection. First and goal from the Washington 3. High snap. Newton looking end zone, throws, touchdown. Corey Smith.
When all else fails, Newton's legs could help them get towards that 2-point.
Newton throws, makes it look easy. It's Smith for the 2-point conversion. 3-point game. Panthers Charles have not converted on third down today. Third down and 6. Newton moving to his left. He'll run for a first down. Out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Second down and 3. Newton to the end zone. Funchess. Touchdown. Touchdowns for Carolina on back-to-back drives. Newton connects with Funchess to pull Carolina within 5. And now they will go for 2. Look to make it. McCaffrey shifts into the backfield. 2-point conversion attempt. Newton, Darius Wright. He's in. The Panthers have pulled to within 3 points. McCaffrey lined up behind him. Extra blockers on the left side. Newton fakes the handoff, throws, end zone, touchdown! Greg Olsen. The Panthers with touchdowns on 3 straight possessions in the fourth quarter.
How about that one?
Interesting call. 9 yards for a first down, 11 for a touchdown. Newton. End zone. Touchdown. Greg Olsen.
As soon as you had Greg Olsen on the backside, one-on-one, the ball was going back there.
The pass. Bobbled, bouncing around in the end zone, and it ends up a touchdown for McCaffrey.
Well, you just got through saying a second ago, Greg, about the ball can bounce a million different ways. But we're running out of time to think you're going to get 3 possessions the rest of the way.
Newton with a keeper. To the 10, to the 5, to the end zone.
Down to a 28-7 lead. Newton's throw is caught by Funchess. And he takes it all the way down to the 1 on the second effort. He was not touched. And now the intentional grounding. Third and goal. Newton to the end zone. What a catch by Greg Olsen. Spectacular for a Panthers touchdown. Late to McCaffrey. Newton again with time. Throws DJ Moore. His first catch today in Bucs territory. Another Carolina first down, gain of 17 for the rookie. 78 receiving yards. He split out to the right. Newton on 2nd and 15 to the end zone for Samuel. He makes the catch. Touchdown. His second of today's game. Curtis Samuel. And the Panthers extend their lead.
Newton, McCaffrey left alone. Touchdown, his second of the game. Christian McCaffrey finds a Panther fan and is taking it in twice tonight.
Panthers must get to the 16-yard line as Newton throws to the outside, and the catch is made by DJ Moore. Still going across midfield.
the 30, and finally tackled.
The rhythm, the up-tempo-ness of this drive has really gotten Cam Newton going, throwing the football.
Newton on first down to the end zone. Curtis Samuel, touchdown. First and goal from the 8, a minute 15 on the clock. Newton looking end zone. He throws, corner of the end zone. Touchdown, DJ Moore.
From the 7, Newton gonna throw on the fake, wide open, touchdown, Samuel. Five-man rush, Newton steps up, pressure, and gets by Francois for a first down and more. Newton into Seattle territory. He had his chance, but he couldn't bring down big old Cam, and he runs for 26.
And then turned around and took the next snap. Let's see if he does it here.
Newton rolling right, throws. McCaffrey makes the catch, dives to the pylon. He's in, touchdown. So tough to defend. They've already got 82 yards on this drive. First and goal from the 10. Funches makes the catch, his first reception today, and he is in for a Panthers touchdown.
That was a good drive, Kenny. That was well done and needed.
Fake it to McCaffrey. Has a man, Samuel. Nice grab. After the 209-yard day last week against the Rams. Here's one over the middle, and that's Olsen. One man to beat. Inside the 45, and a big play to start the second half.
Right now, though, Cam has everything right out in front of him. 2 timeouts. He has a 2-minute warning.
Newton steps into it wide open. Samuel hops out of bounds.
Newton still has it and marches up the field. And Newton takes it in for the touchdown.
Play, you like it? Go ahead and snap it.
He's going to run it inside the 10, inside the 5, and touchdown.
Goal line defense. Johnson is the fullback. Here goes Cam. No touchdown. Beautiful design from the 23-yard line. Newton sliding left, and he's going to air it out deep downfield to the right. Cam looks like he's going to run, and then he steps back and hits. To the first 2 road games, probably the 2 loudest stadiums in the league. Kansas City will have some fans, but clearly not like it would normally be at Arrowhead. Ton of time. Cam's going to run or stop before the line of scrimmage and get it away to Bird.
Some of the throws Cam Newton's making tonight, I haven't seen him throw the ball like this.
Tremendous.
He's healthy. He's feeling good.
Can he run it in? Yes, he can. So Newton takes it in for his second rushing touchdown of the night.
2nd and 8. Dance it around. What a move. Couple of moves by Newton. First time he's ripped off a long run in this game.
The completion, they got up on the line. R.J. Mudia was the one who made the tackle. Here goes Cam, 1st and 10, galloping up the middle, chased by Jewell, getting a block downfield from the receiver. Harry and runs into the...
Everybody get up, line up, and...
Here he goes, pushing his way through, and let's see, no signal yet. Shy.
Something with Cam, gotta be run past, doesn't it? It's going to be pass, and it's going to be caught. We are tied. Jacoby Myers on the receiving end. 14 apiece. Newton takes it in. Touchdown, Patriots. First down and goal from the 5. Cam's going to keep it. Newton trying to get there, and they're going to give it to him. They've taken. 2nd and 10. Jets bring the pressure. Newton able to sidestep it momentarily. Still on his feet and able to get rid of it. Amazing to Jacoby Myers. Here's Newton trying to get there. Looks like he does. Touchdown, Patriots. And an extra point away from tying the game.
Flank him out, go empty on a first and goal. Cam, a lot of room. In he goes for the touchdown.
Cam has time. He's taking a deep shot down the field. He's got Bird down there. What a catch!
To open the game, 3rd and goal. Cam leaping. That's the touchdown. Book it right there.
The Patriots defense has held the Chargers in check. That offense with Justin Herbert has been impressive.
2nd and goal, 16th play of the drive. He'll try to jackhammer his way in, and he got it. Newton, and boy, what a great catch made on a terrific throw.
Newton, Harry, nice play.
Keel Harry in motion. Cam doesn't feel the pressure. Somehow got out of there. Cam, he'll get to the end zone.
Myers again in motion. There's the RPO that we talked about. Newton will keep it himself, and Newton is across midfield, and he's to the outside. He's inside Jets territory. Makes a man. And Newton to throw on 2nd and goal. Has time. Middle of the field for White. Touchdown, New England. And the ball off, and then they flip it to Myers, who will throw it to Cam Newton. He's open inside the 10. Into the end zone. Yeah, Jacoby said about the camp that he went to when Cam was the counselor. He said, yeah, he just didn't play me enough. He's going to go to the near side for Ossie. Ossie, a leaping grab. He's got it. Into the...
Extremely late on the play.
First down, Michelle out of the backfield, stumbling inside the 20, the 10, burst inside the 5. Touchdown, New England.
McCaffrey split out wide to the right. Newton takes the snap, and he is in for a Panthers touchdown. 1st and goal from the Arizona 2. Newton throws, end zone, touchdown, Robbie Anderson.
Newton on a design keep. He'll throw to the end zone instead, and it's DJ Moore for the touchdown. Cam Newton will keep. Got a block. Cam inside the 20. Loping to the 10. And Cam Newton will take it all the way for the touchdown. He's also rushed for 19. Newton stepping up and throwing for McCaffrey. He's got a touchdown.
Play clock. He gets it in time. Downfield wide open. Catch made. DJ Moore weaving inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal Panthers. Then Cam Newton. He's got it. And Cam Newton hits a wall. Then his 2nd effort. Touchdown Carolina.
9th play of the drive. On 3rd down, it's Newton after the fake to Hubbard. Newton to the end zone. Touchdown. Empty backfield for the Panthers. 3rd down and 10. Newton under pressure. Newton will take off. Ball comes loose, and DJ Moore is right there. Newton on 2nd down will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. And now the Panthers go for 2. Newton throws, corner of the end zone. What a catch by DJ Moore. At a high clip. 3rd down and 16. Newton out to the 34.
Hubbard motioning out of the backfield. Newton will keep a designed run and a big hole for Cam Newton with a hesitation and blasting down the sidelines to the Tampa Bay 10.